I would like to start by congratulating Stacey Terry and her women's basketball team for 3 straight victories, and very happy for them, proud of them. They've got just like we do, they have a big game Saturday versus San Jose State, and hopefully they will get their 4th straight win, and we'll be able to go get our 2nd straight win on the men's side on Sunday. So congrats to Coach Terry and her crew. It's time in our season where everybody wants to start talking about other things other than what's most important, and that's the game that you're playing. So the most important thing for us is the game on Sunday with San Jose State. And we need to go in with resolve and a focus that shows with how we play. And that's the motive. We went up there a year ago and we're behind at halftime. We played them here, 3rd game of the season, and with 18-something to go in the second half, we were behind. So we're well aware of the talent that every team has. They have a lot of young guys that are no longer young. They start 3 freshmen. Frank Rogers is their probably hardest guard because of his versatility. He can post you up, he can shoot the 3. So this is a team that has never given up, even though they have 3 wins. They have wins against people that we've lost to. So we know the importance, we know what's at stake, and we will be prepared to play. We were very much looking forward to it. As we speak, I don't know about Jeremy Hensley. He has not done one thing since Fresno State. So we are going to try to take him out of the boot and see if he can do a little bit with the shoe on today. That's per Tom Abdenar and Dr. Chris Baer, and we'll see how that goes, whether that lends itself to back in the boot or let's move down the path of getting him back on the court to play. Anything for me?
Coach, with games down the stretch against UNLV, New Mexico, and Boise State, do you get tempted to maybe let them rest and get ready for those games, or is it going to be Southeast going to play as far as Jeremy Hensley?
I think sometimes I get these scripted questions and you don't listen to my first statement. My only concern is, and it's trite, I know doesn't make maybe for good copy, but we're not resting bodies, we're not saving legs. We want to win on Sunday. It's the most important game we've played this year because it's our game. And if we approach it that way, we'll have an opportunity to have good things happen. I'm smart enough to know what lies ahead. Our players know. But if the moment you start moving ahead in your mind, I think you're doing everybody a disservice. And hopefully we're not doing that. We're trying to guard against doing that.
Steve, a week off, did it come at a good time? Apparently for Jeremy it did, but was it a good time for a week off?
I said after the game with Air Force that so often you say, why do we have to take this midweek game off? Why do we have a bye? I don't like it. Routine, stay in the routine, but it came at a perfect time for us. I felt for a variety of reasons, not just Jeremy, but we could use a mental deep breath as well as a physical one, and we did that. We took Sunday and Monday off. Thursday, we did no live stuff, did not tape. We filmed, shot free throws, and walked through some stuff. So we've done things that we feel will be helpful for us as we prepare for the stretch run starting with San Jose State.
Having a week off, how big is a challenge to keep the guys focused? Skylar talked a little bit about, you want to keep that focus even though there's a game missing in the usual routine. How big of a challenge is that for you as the coach to keep these guys on track?
Well, we throw it back at the players. Don't make me coach effort. you do your part. You bring an effort and an attitude that gives us a chance to teach and learn. We will do all of that and then some as we move into Sunday. And if you're truly mature and you've been around like a lot of our guys have, especially our veteran guys, then you know that you have to do the things that give you a chance to win and do the things that good teams do that are not always easy to do. It's easy to say. It's hard to do. And you can scour all over and you can find games where you say, how did that happen? It happens. And usually it happens for a reason. You know, I used to teach driver's ed, and we had a slogan we put on the board. Accidents don't just happen, they're caused. And they're usually caused by the people you look in the mirror and see. So we don't want an accident to happen to us on Sunday. And we want to guard against it as best we can, which is a reason why you have more than 5 players. If you sense it early, you can get a guy out. And I've never made guys fearful of playing. I don't mean that. I don't want you afraid to make a mistake. But you got to compete and compete hard, and that's our theme.
Coach, back to what you were talking about initially, about this being the time of the season when everybody wants to talk about something else other than the next game. I know as coaches you try and clear that out of the room. How much character does this team have to be able to just shut all of that out?
You're never able to shut completely out what's going to happen. You read it in the paper, you get reminded of it, you turn on a game and people are talking about the tournament. So it's never totally out of your mind, but you have a responsibility to do what you have to do, control what you control. And that's the challenge for every coach, every player, every mom, every dad with their sons and daughters. It's what we all go through. And those that are best able to do it have the best chance to succeed. And that's what we're hoping. That's what we're hoping we'll be able to do. And time will tell. We still have, even though it's a short window, even though 2 weeks from Saturday we'll be thinking about who we play in the conference tournament, we've got some very important things on our plate, games on our plate that we need to prepare for one at a time, at a time, at a time.
Coach, do you think the talent level in the Mountain West this year is a little more even than in years past?
I think that the teams who are going to wind up maybe 7th to 11, 8 to 11, are better than they've been in the past. So there's less of a gap in terms of the talent level, and I think that's reflected in maybe not quite so much in wins and losses, but the closeness of all these games and scores. If each program could have 10 points to, at his discretion, put into a game, could be a vastly different resume for people. They've been that close with overtime games, buzzer beaters, last second shots, all of those things. So it's a league that's very evenly matched. I do believe that, more so than in the past.
Would you put San Jose State in that boat? And does that make going up there to play this game a little more harder than in years past?
It is more challenging, no question. We went up a year ago, and they played harder than we did, and they played better than we did for the good portion of the game. We had better players last year. The talent level on the two teams now the disparity is not there to that level. So we have to compete. We've talked about it. We've shown tape. We'll continue to talk about it. you talk in current events. You talk about what happened last night between Maryland and Minnesota. A winless team in the Big Ten beats the sixth-rated team in America, a team that was feeling they could win the national championship. And I heard you get fed all these I don't know, I didn't major in psychology, but subliminal, is that a good word? I know these things come at you. I heard a dozen radio people say, well, how can Maryland suspend the player for the Minnesota game? Because that one they're going to win. It doesn't matter who they play against Minnesota. I mean, all that talk, and Minnesota beat them. And Minnesota's got a proud program, just like San Jose State does. And we need to make sure we have ourselves ready to play. And we know for sure as coaches, and hopefully I do believe our players know, that this is a good team we're playing. This is a team that I think youthfulness at times has a way of being resilient and not giving up the ghost and not saying, well, where am I going to go over spring break? But saying, I can't wait to play that next game and get better, and then I can't wait for next year when we'll be seasoned veteran sophomores. So they're playing much better than they did when they came in here in Game 3 of the season in January.
Coach, the bench has been kind of inconsistent for you guys this season, but last week, Malik Pope, Max Shrigley had big games. How important is that for you guys down the stretch, especially as nearing the end of the season, legs might be getting a little tired?
We need our players to play. And you mentioned Matt Shrigley, who had 4 huge threes for us in the Air Force game, 4 in a row. And Malik, who's getting more minutes because he's playing better, is playing with more confidence, more efficiency, more control. And if we want to win the way we want to win, we need that. We need that from everyone. Whether you're a starter, whether you're coming off the bench, whether you play 30 minutes or whether you play 3 minutes, we need that from all of our players. I made a special point to talk at length last week to our team about our scout squad, led by Parker Yu, and say, you are so important to our success. You're giving us a look that we'll have in a game. And it's critical. It's not just the guys that are out there on the court. It's everybody saying, I'm a valuable part of this team. I need to do my part to help us win. And I think we're getting that from most of them for a good, consistent length of time.
Coach, I know in the past you mentioned that Matt Shrigley may have been on a minutes cap, but after that last game, is he kind of just going to let loose and play him as much as he need be at this point?
Say that again.
I know in the past when Matt Shrigley first started coming back, you said you were going to ease him in, but at this point, after having a game like that, is he kind of just let him loose and get him as many minutes as he can?
I don't know what minutes will mean for Matt or any of the guys coming off the bench, to be honest with you. Performance, how they perform when they get in, what the flow of the game, what the team looks like, what others are doing, will probably dictate, not probably, will dictate extended minutes. And I don't know off the top how many minutes Matt played in the Air Force game. I do know that it was the most he's played to date. And if you're productive, you'll get longer segments. I know he got tired, too, during that stretch when he played. And rarely does a player ask to come out, but Matt was saying, give me a 30-second blow, and then I'll be ready again. So we need Matt. We need Matt to play. He started a lot of games last year. It's a proven commodity. He can stretch the defense. He's got size. He can guard a variety of spots. So he can help us more than just shooting the ball, too.
So, guys, what's the week off been like? What has been some of the main focuses you guys have been working on in practice?
We got a few days off to rest, but mainly our coaches just want to make sure that we stay focused, stay locked in, don't get too comfortable with the week off, and we've done a pretty good job of doing that.
Do you guys expect San Jose State to zone you guys again like they did last time?
I think so. I mean, Air Force, everyone else that's pretty much been the game plan. So, I mean, everyone thinks because we're bigger and stronger that we're trying to be paint dominant, so they'll try to zone us to try to limit that aspect of our game and try to make us shoot more.
What's the game plan then, not trying to, because I know last time you guys shot 39 threes and you got a coach that might not have been the number you wanted. What's the mentality then that they give you an open three? How do you guys combat the fact that they'll give you the open three?
I think it would just be take what the defense gives us. I mean, he told us that 39 is obviously not the number you want to take, but 30 to 35 were good shots because they were so packed in the paint that we had no choice. Plus, we can shoot the ball to shoot the open shot. So just make sure if we miss a couple, just keep taking them with confidence. But if we have that lane to the rim, be sure to take it.
So with that in mind, Skylar, you've been working on your three-point shot?
Yeah, I have. Worked on my half-court shot, too, just in case they need it.
At this point in the season, do you guys think that you need to win out to get a tournament appearance, or is that something that's not really crossing your minds just yet?
Well, it's something it's been around in the air, but like I said in the past, all we're focused on is winning games and letting everything take care of itself. So, we really can't control anything except for winning.
Back to your shooting, your three-point shooting for a minute. How does Matt change the face of this team, assuming he can continue to do the kind of things you saw him do?
He helps a lot. I mean, we could just tell by the tournament we had last year, he just came out firing. So it helps us because the first group last game against Air Force, we were struggling to hit shots, and automatically Matt came in, hit 4 in a row. So you have to at least get out to Matt to make sure, and that opens up lanes for either me, Jeremy, or anybody that can drive the ball. So with Matt, it helps because if they want to keep staying in like that, like Air Force did, then Matt will just keep hitting shots, and if not, then we have lanes to get to the basket.
Sky, how happy were you for him? I mean, you've been around him as much as anybody.
I was real happy for him. He worked hard to get back. It started off kind of slow, but, he's always working on his shot, always spending extra time, and it's finally paying off. So, this last stretch down the road, he's going to be real big for us, and hopefully he keeps it coming.